Hey guys, and welcome back. So, yesterday I put out a video showing off the work I did in this basement here. It was about 50-50 the reception. Some people didn't like my style on the video or my editing. Some people loved it, equally hated it. Some people were like, oh, the editing's awesome, it was really cool. Other people like, oh, thank God I don't have epilepsy. That's an actual comment. Anyway, I am going to do a tech breakdown of everything in this basement, guys. And if there's anything you wanted to look up, check out, I will put links to everything in the description. Okay, so the first thing you see when you come down these stairs is my theater seating. These are from a company called Seatcraft, and the model is the Orleans. Again, links, all that information will be in the description if you like any of this stuff and you want to check it out. Immediately above that is my projector. This is an Optima UHD 60. It's 4K, 60 Hertz, HDR, has all the bells and whistles. I was really happy with it, works great. Obviously, you need a projector screen. This is a 92-inch screen from Elite Series. This screen I've actually had for a while, held up pretty good. Normally screens get pretty wrinkly from hanging for a while. This one's holding up pretty well. Very happy with it. So below the screen you can see I have a sound bar here. This is a 5.1 channel system. It is the Vizio SB3851-C0. And it has the sound bar here, two speakers behind the seats, and then a subwoofer to the side of the seating. Some people commented that they didn't like the position of my speakers. The speakers are roughly 2.5 feet above your seated head position, and they're on about a 100-degree angle to the center line. I thought it was set up pretty well. You guys correct me if I'm wrong, that's fine. I did my best. I did this all alone. The wiring for the speakers is an optical cable that runs through the wall, up the ceiling, and into the cabinet, which I will go into detail in a minute. And we have a high-end HDMI fiber cable. HDMI 4K HDR had a lot of trouble with a long run for that signal. So I will list the cable I got below. Cable was expensive, but works great. Had a lot of issues specifically with 4K switches and cabling for 4K, specifically with the PlayStation 4 was very sensitive, and the over 30-foot run from my computer into the switch. I actually use signal boosters there. I'll show that in a minute. Over here on this little table, I just have some of the remotes and stuff that I would need on a day-to-day basis. However, I made my life much easier by picking up this IR emitter. It is the HRS-IR02 Smart Universal Remote Controller. It is a great device. Basically, you can send IR signals to it. It will capture the signal, and then you can, through a phone app, shoot that signal back out at any time. So basically, my projector, my sound bar, my audio switches, my video switches, I programmed everything in, and I could control the whole room from my phone. Now, those are DIY signals that you captured. But the software also has signals for TVs, air conditioners, and if the signal's already in there, you can use voice integration with Alexa. So you could do things like, Alexa, turn the TV on. So it's a great device. It's not without its issues. I really wish you could do voice commands for the DIY products, but otherwise it is a great device, works great, super happy with it. I never go looking for a remote anymore. Alright, let's move over to my cabinet enclosure. So I opened up the wall here and put a server cabinet enclosure in. It is a 15U, it's from NavePoint. It's the NavePoint 15U Deluxe IT wall mount cabinet enclosure. I knew that's what I wanted to use. Being in IT, I said that'll work perfect. I could adjust it at any time, change the cabinet sizes. That's what I went with. I put a 1 gigabit PoE switch in there, so all my devices are connected to that. Everything is hardwired. I don't like to use Wi-Fi unless I absolutely have to, just because cabled is better. So inside there, I have a Nintendo Switch, an Xbox One X, a God of War PlayStation Pro Edition, and a bunch of other peripherals, controller charges, and stuff like that. I added some LED lights to it, cheap $10 LED strip, and then I put a Alexa plug to it so I can just say, Alexa, turn on basement lights, and sure enough, she'll turn those on. So moving over to my computer. I don't remember the model for the desk, but if I find it, again, I'll put that in the description. I'm really happy with this desk, but I can't remember where I got it from, unlike everything else that I bought off Amazon. But it's a great desk. It's really nice. It's really deep. But you guys are probably more interested in what's on the desk. So I have two screens. One is a 4K screen. The other one is a 1440p. It is a 34-inch screen and a 27-inch screen. I wanted the over-under because I just like the way it looks on the desk, and I was able to save some desk real estate. Worked out well for me, probably a little unorthodox. The actual monitors themselves, you guys will probably rag on me because in hindsight, I would have chose different monitors. So correction, it's a 32-inch monitor on the bottom. It's a Acer Predator XB32 1HK. It's an IPS panel, 4K, G-Sync, but it's 60 hertz, and that's kind of a killer. I was slightly misled reading it, and it said 120 hertz horizontal refresh rate, and it's kind of bull. It's a 60 hertz panel. So yeah, a little disappointed in that, but clarity is great. I'll run my games at 6K. 6K? That'd be awesome. Run my games at 4K, and with a 1080 Ti, I could push those pixels. I'm usually around the 60 FPS. So I wish I was pumping more frames per second, but it is what it is. The top panel will be more of a competitive gaming panel because that one's 144 hertz at 1440p. I used Wallpaper Engine for the background. The bottom screen is The Witcher 3. The top screen was my logo that was made for me by one of the graphic designers from the Destiny game series. And I just added the particle effects in Wallpaper Engine. Thought it was cool. Everything else on the desk, guys, I have the Logitech Brio camera that I just picked up. You'll see there's a C920 sitting on the top of one monitor. It's actually not in use anymore. It's just hanging out there right now. At the top of the top monitor, that's not another camera. That is actually the wireless adapter for the HTC Vive. Making that thing wireless is awesome. Then I have the Logitech 650 speakers. I just added them recently, LED speakers. They're pretty cool. Added a little something to the room. I have the Siberia, I believe 800 wireless headphones. I'm happy with them. Microphone sucks, but I'm happy with them. That's a Razer stand for them. And then I have, of course, the HTC Vive Pro with wireless adapter. For those of you who commented and said, look at that room, not a beer in sight, no whiskey in sight. Here is the fridge. It's about half full right now, stocked with beer, guys. The PC is a Digital Storm PC that I picked up about 2 years ago. I've replaced most of the parts at this point, though. It's a GeForce 1080 Ti in there. It's a i7 6700K processor, 32 gigs RAM, and I mean, that's what you really want to know. Do you really care what brand my PSU is? But yeah, it's a nice build. Like I said, I went to Digital Storm for it. I used to build PCs for one of my jobs. I got kind of sick of it and didn't have the time. And yeah, I went to Digital Storm because they do a good job. I'm happy with the machine. All right, let's go into the closet, guys. You can see everything in this closet is what I've basically already discussed. You guys have seen all these items throughout my space so far. Here's the back of the server case so you guys can see it. I like to keep it really neat and tidy. Right now it's a little bit out of order for me. Gives me the shakes a little bit. But, you know, you need to be able to find stuff when you want it. Cabling could also be a little bit better, but I did what I could. Majority is in the wall and really nice. Some of it, I ran out of some slack. I did mention I have a really long HDMI run from my computer. I actually used 2 signal boosters, and here's the signal booster here. I called Optima. I said, hey, do you guys recommend the signal booster? And they said, yes, this is the one we recommend. So I'll put that in the description if you guys are interested. If you're going to do a 4K signal at over 15 feet, I recommend one, or you got to go with these crazy high-end fiber HDMI cables. Finally, we have my TCL Roku TV. You guys asked about this, asked if it was a monitor. No, it's a TV. I love these TVs, actually. They are cheap, have a ton of functions, work well. They're just not the nicest looking TV. And I have it on a swivel mount so I could sit at my computer desk, watch a little TV, and then turn it to point to my workout room. So while I'm working out, I have some TV. I have a Plex server I run in the house, so there's some videos saved on there, so workout video, something like that. This is my workout space, guys. It's got basically everything you need. A pull-up bar, it's got a bench, some cables, the basic stuff. And that about covers it. I don't think I missed anything, guys. Let me know what you think. Hopefully this video satisfied those people who were really frustrated with the cinematic experience I did with the previous video. Okay, guys, thanks for coming to check it out. Hope I wasn't too long-winded. And if you have any questions, comments, leave them, definitely. All the comments you guys left on the previous video, I loved it. Even negative stuff when you guys bashed me. I gave people epilepsy. My speakers were hung terribly. All the comments, I appreciate them all. I like them all. Thick skin in this regard. It was fun. I like showing off this stuff. Let me know, guys. Leave a thumbs up. Check you out next time.